And we begin tonight with the weather impact. December coming in cold. Another round of snow moving in, and this chill in the air could reach single digits. Thanks for inviting us in. Nice warm inside Channel 13 tonight. It's 11 o'clock. So we've already started seeing school delays come in. You can see the entire list right now on WTHR.com. Angela's here to talk about this winter weather mix.
Yes.
I mean, this could be really dangerous, right?
It's cold, and we've got a little bit of snow coming in.
Right.
And the timing is bad because it's overnight right before that morning drive. The good news, we haven't had any big bursts of snow, but we're tracking some flurries and some snow showers that are starting to build now along and south of I-70. I do want to give you one closer view as we track south and west of Indianapolis. A little burst of snow over Clay City, and we do anticipate this to continue to fill in as the cold front moves from north to south across the state. You can see that over the next several hours, especially focused on areas south of I-70, coating up to an inch, and even a little bit of snow with as cold as it is will stick and will cause some slick spots. So those are the concerns for tomorrow morning. Allow some extra time and be prepared for some delays. It's not a lot of snow, coating up to an inch, but it is cold. Temperatures tomorrow, teens and 20s.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. Wanted to see how things were going around downtown tonight. Found drivers getting around pretty well, but we do know DPW crews are going to be out there as the snow falls, keeping our roads safe. Now, they're on a rotational 12-hour shift to treat and plow as necessary. City leaders tonight asking you to use caution around these crews. Make sure to give the plows enough room to maneuver safely. And we're also getting our first look tonight at crews out on the city's trails. They've been clearing the Monon, Nickel Plate, B&O, Fall Creek, Pennsy, and Pleasant Run trails, improving conditions for Hoosiers looking to take a walk or a bike ride in the morning. Doesn't sound real fun, though, when the wind chills will be in the teens. And you can also follow along with our team on the WTHR weather app. This gives you access to interactive radar. Plus, you can check out the weather blog anytime right there on your phone. Go get it before you fall asleep. It's a free download. You can get it in the App Store. Tomorrow, Indiana lawmakers will get a swing at offering amendments or changes to the redistricting bill that was unveiled this week. All of this giving us our first look at plans to redraw Indiana's congressional districts. This is an effort to give Republicans a larger majority in the U.S. House during next year's midterms. Now, you can see the proposed map here, which divides Marion County into 4 different districts. Tonight, people living here in Marion County got the chance to weigh in, and our Alex Almanza talked with voters. So, Alex, what are they telling you?
Scott, Marion County voters are still trying to make sense of all these proposed changes, but tonight the Indiana Black Legislative Caucus held a meeting to break it all down and explain why they believe Hoosiers should be concerned.
If I could have 2 minutes.
On Wednesday, Hoosiers filed into Purpose of Life Church on the Northwest Side, trying to make sense of a proposed congressional map that would split Marion County into 4 districts, some stretching toward Illinois, others near the Kentucky line.
This is not about helping the people in Indiana. We're coming in early for the 2026 session to help someone in Washington, D.C. keep power by changing our maps.
Indiana's only 2 Democratic districts, the first in Northwest Indiana and the 7th here in Indianapolis, would disappear under House Bill 1032. The bill passed the House Elections Committee Tuesday 8-5, with 1 Republican voting against it. For many in the room, the changes feel drastic. Rosemary Scott drove nearly 80 miles from Terre Haute after her community held its own listening session last week.
In Indiana, money comes up frequently. We have so many other things we should be spending our resources on.
And the concern isn't limited to Democrats. Unlike their House counterparts who say they're doing this to give Hoosiers a fair voice in Washington, Senate Republicans have been publicly divided about President Trump's push for mid-decade redistricting, including Tippecanoe County Senator Spencer Deary.
It's not really made to make sense. It's just mathematical. We need the numbers, throw them in, which is part of the problem with how we're doing this.
Even Republican Senator Ron Alting says he'll vote for the bill, but admits the process has him in a tight corner.
I've had comments made to me from Washington that if I didn't, there'd be consequences in terms of my constituent funding, particularly Purdue University, particularly on the SNAP program. Those are people I take an oath to.
Meanwhile, House Republicans are overwhelmingly supportive of the redistricting call in the Hoosier state. At Wednesday's listening session, voters were hungry for ways to get involved, and lawmakers encouraged them to make their voices heard. So tomorrow morning, House lawmakers can propose amendments with a final vote expected Friday. And if the bill passes, it moves to the Senate, where several Republicans say the votes still aren't guaranteed. But Scott, for now, Hoosiers say that they're preparing for a long fight with a countdown toward Monday's Senate session already underway.
Alex, do we know what kind of amendments we may end up seeing tomorrow?
Yeah, there's several. Democrats say one of the amendments focuses on the cost that this redistricting push puts on Hoosier taxpayers, and another questions the strategy behind how those districts were withdrawn. Of course, all eyes are on Indiana as this special session gets underway.
And if it passes the House this week, then it moves on to the Senate next week.
Right, on Monday.
All right, Alex, thanks so much.
Yep.
State Senator Kyle Walker said today he will not run for re-election next year. The Republican represents parts of Marion and Hamilton counties. In a statement, Walker told us it's a decision he has wrestled with for months. In November, Senator Walker confirmed he was targeted by some threats amid this redistricting fight, saying in November he was opposed to redrawing the map. Well, redistricting is certainly the hot topic at the State House right now, but it's not the only one. So far, lawmakers in the House have filed close to 40 bills on issues including firearm storage, child care funding, Medicaid, and immigration. And then there were data centers. Democratic State Representative Alex Burton has a bill that would create the first ever Indiana water use permit system for those large facilities.
Right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you like data centers or not, they exist. And if they're going to exist, we need to make sure that they are not doing harm to our communities.
Right now, the law defines a facility as having a significant water withdrawal if it uses more than 100,000 gallons of ground or surface water in a day. And we've been covering all these issues over on Crossroads Politics. Our Dustin Grove and Emily Longnicker are breaking down all the moves over at the State House, including the redistricting debate in depth every week. You can stream all of their episodes right now by going to WTHR Plus.